Hey guys, Rollia or Taylor here, and today I'm back with another Dead Matter video. And in this one, I'm going to be talking about 5 things I'm super excited for within Dead Matter, and almost why I think this is going to be the creme de la creme of survival games. Of course, if you are enjoying the survival gaming coverage on this channel, do make sure to subscribe and make sure you have all notifications active by clicking the bell notification. But anyway, let's jump straight into it with seasons and weather. So Dead Matter is going to have a really cool seasons and weather system that I believe is unique to the survival gaming genre, in the form of seasons anyway. Of course, there's a lot of games that do have weather systems. So Dead Matter is going to feature the 4 seasons. We're going to have spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Time is currently set to pass at around 5 times faster, and it sounds like this can be controlled by the server owner. Now, the interesting part about the seasons is that the weather within these seasons is going to be based on historic Calgary weather data. So we're going to be able to expect a variation of weather during each season. So for example, we might get a warmer or drier week during the spring, and maybe a bit more of a wet week during the summer. Now, I know it's pretty obvious, but expect to see rain and storms in spring, warmer temperatures in summer, and obviously heavy snowfall within the winter season. And of course, all of the weather is going to have a big impact on the environment. For example, we've already seen what heavy snow looks like once it's blanketed Calgary, and honestly, it looks pretty beautiful. Now, before we move on to the next feature, I do just want to give a mention to a content creator called Mr. Atomic Duck. He's created a really detailed video going over the weather systems in Dead Matter, and I do highly recommend checking that video out. There'll be a link to that in the description. Next up, weapon modding and weapons as a whole, I guess. Now, we don't actually know a huge amount about weapon modding, but we have seen a lot of variations and mods during the dev vlogs that we've seen. Some weapon variations can come with a variation to fire rate. For example, the latest devlog we saw 2 variants of the M14. One was actually a semi-auto variant, and the other was a full auto where you could switch between the 2 fire modes. And as well as that, both of these M14s had a completely different aesthetic to them, and they both looked incredibly detailed. Now, I'm a big fan of weapon modding or like a gunsmith system, and I'd love to see how it's going to work in Dead Matter. It's going to be interesting to see if some of the mods bring some stats with them or something like that, or if it's more of a basic system like a silencer is suppressed shots, an extended magazine is literally that, and obviously the scopes 2 times, 4 times, 8 times, things like that. It is going to be interesting to see, and let me know how you would like the weapon modding system to work. But yeah, to round it off, weapon modding, the weapons in the game, we've already seen a lot of weapon models and how good they look, as well as some weapons being craftable, for example a baseball bat and nails, things like that. So I am really excited to get hands on with the weapons in this game. So next up is the looting and the loot over time feature. I have made a really detailed video on how the loot over time feature works in Dead Matter, so there'll be a card on the video, or again, you'll be able to find that in the description. But over time, loot will spawn less frequently, almost sort of simulating how loot or items in a real world apocalypse would dry up, and you wouldn't be able to keep going to the same gas station to get beans from the same shelf, if that makes sense. The older the server is, the less items will spawn, and the newer the server, the more items will spawn. But at no point will the server ever stop spawning. It will just reach like a lower ceiling, and once it does reach that lower ceiling, it won't go any lower, and it will just keep on spawning items at that low ceiling level. Again, that's like a really quick way of explaining it. The video that I've made on my channel is a lot more detailed and thorough. So if you are interested in how loot in Dead Matter is going to work, I definitely recommend checking it out. But this feature is something I'm really excited for because it's going to change the dynamic of how the game works, especially towards the sort of end game, or once you've been surviving for a fair while, you're going to have to start thinking about other ways to get food and water and supplies like that. So you might have to go inland and hunt some animals, or you might have to ration your food. It's going to be interesting to see how it works. It's a really unique feature, I believe, so I can't wait to see how it does pan out. So the 4th feature I'm really excited about in Dead Matter is the inventory system. feels like this could be the best inventory system we've seen in a survival game. It looks like DayZ and Escape from Tarkov have had a baby, and it does look good. It looks like it's very easy to understand, slots for weapons as well as being able to add items to carry more. For example, you'll be able to add a gunsling to your backpack to carry up to 3 primaries instead of 2 primary weapons. And you'll also be able to put items within items, like the beloved cooking pot filled with ammo. We've seen this everywhere, and it's just such a great feature. It's amazing to see it's being carried over to Dead Matter. But yeah, as you can see the shots in the background, it does look like a very nice inventory system, and we know that survival and looting games need a good inventory system because you spend 90% of your time inside that inventory system. Now up to number 5 on the list, and last but not least for this video, is the health and or the survival system. This was actually showed off in the latest devlog, and I must admit, it looks very good. We've got a good look at how limb health and how you'll go about healing yourself after you get into those sticky situations. As well as that, we also saw how quickly you'll be able to heal, or how quickly you heal after being shot or injuring yourself. For example, if you're low on blood, your limbs will actually heal a lot slower than if you were almost at top blood level. And another thing I noticed was that there was a conditions tab. And in this shot here, you can see, for example, he has a gashed head as well as a lacerated arm. So you're going to be able to pinpoint where you're injured and then be able to prioritize where you do use your bandages and other medical items like that. I must admit, I love how detailed and yet simple this system looks. I'm personally quite happy with the fact it's not going to be a quick bandage and you stop losing blood and then you can just run off into the distance away from those zombies or from that player that's trying to steal your loot. I think a medical system in between something like DayZ, where it is very simplified at times, and a medical system in Escape from Tarkov, where it can be very detailed and a little bit overwhelming, but then not to the degree of Scum. I personally think, without playing it just yet, this could be the perfect system for a survival game, but again, it's something we're gonna have to wait and see how it pans out. But yeah, there you have it for this video, guys. 5 reasons I'm really excited or can't wait to jump into the closed alpha that is actually releasing this month. I'm gonna have a video in the next few days on how you'll be able to get into the closed alpha, where you'll be able to buy it from, and things like that. If you're still watching this video, I'd love to see what you're excited for within Dead Matter, whether it's a certain weapon you've seen in a devlog or one of the many vehicles you've seen. Let me know in the comments below. I love speaking to you guys, I love replying, I love seeing what you lot are up to. It's one of my favorite features about YouTube. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it from me. If you did enjoy this Dead Matter video, again, let me know with a comment below. Either leave a like if you did enjoy it, or a dislike if you're not a fan of it. But if you do want to stay up to date with all things survival gaming, and more importantly Dead Matter, Deadside, DayZ, things like that, then do make sure to subscribe, as well as making sure you have all notifications on by selecting that bell icon. But anyway guys, that's going to be it from me. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.